You stare at something simple, what to reply, what to choose, what to do next, and, somehow, it turns into a loop you can't exit. It's not the decision that's heavy, it's what it means about you. So you delay, you rethink, you question yourself again. And the strange part is, you already know what you want. So why can't you just decide? Overthinking doesn't feel like thinking. It feels like circling. You replay options, imagine outcomes, predict reactions that haven't even happened. A simple message becomes a risk. A small choice becomes permanent. And slowly, your mind stops asking, "What do I want?" It starts asking, "What if this is the wrong version of me?" Because every decision starts to feel like identity. If you say this, you're this kind of person. If you choose that, your life goes that way. So you hesitate, not because the decision is hard, but because you feel like you're choosing who you are, and that's where it gets stuck. You're not bad at decisions. You're trying to protect something deeper. Your mind isn't confused. It's cautious. Because somewhere along the way, you learned that being wrong has a cost. Maybe it led to judgment, rejection, or regret that stayed longer than it should. So now, your brain tries to prevent that pain before it even happens. Your brain has two systems constantly interacting. One is fast, intuitive, emotional. The other is slow, analytical, cautious. Overthinking happens when the second system doesn't trust the first, so it keeps stepping in, again, and again, and again. But here's the deeper layer. Your brain is wired to avoid identity threat, not just physical danger, but anything that challenges how you see yourself. So when a decision feels like it could define you, your brain treats it like risk, and it activates a loop. Uncertainty, analysis, more uncertainty, more analysis, like a GPS that keeps recalculating, even when you're standing still. So, how do you break this loop? Not by forcing decisions, but by changing how your brain relates to them. Separate the decision from your identity. This is a choice, not a definition. Limit the thinking window. Give yourself a fixed time to decide. Let your first instinct speak first. Accept imperfect outcomes. Practice small decisions daily. Choose quickly. And move on. Think of your mind like a volume dial. Overthinking isn't the presence of thought. It's the amplification of doubt. You're not trying to remove thinking. You're lowering the volume so clarity can come through. Because clarity was never missing. It was just buried under too much protection. You don't need to become someone who always makes perfect decisions. You just need to become someone who can move, even without certainty. Because your life isn't shaped by the decisions you get perfectly right, but by the ones you were willing to make anyway. And maybe the real shift is this. You're not choosing the perfect path. You're learning to trust yourself while walking one.